Betrayal isn't just a plot point, it is a catalyst for pure, unadulterated vengeance. Forget the power of friendship. Today we witness cold-blooded evolution. We begin with number 10, the rising of the shield hero. Naofumi Iwatani is summoned as one of 4 legendary heroes, but is immediately framed for a heinous crime by the kingdom's princess. Stripped of his resources and dignity, he survives in a hostile world by hardening his heart. This foundational isekai explores how systemic injustice transforms a kind student into a cynical, pragmatic warrior fighting for survival. This series set the gold standard for the wronged hero trope by making the betrayal feel personal and suffocating. Watching Naofumi transition from a bright-eyed optimist to a man who only trusts those he literally owns is jarring yet deeply satisfying. It captures that raw, indignant anger we feel when the world turns its back on us for no reason. Number 9. Arifureta, from commonplace to world's strongest. Hajime Nagumo is pushed into a literal abyss by a jealous classmate during a dungeon crawl. Trapped in the dark, he is forced to consume monster flesh to survive, triggering a gruesome mutation. He emerges with white hair, prosthetic limbs, and a kill-or-be-killed mentality, wielding gun magic to slaughter anything standing in his path home. Commentary analysis. Hajime's transformation is arguably the most radical on this list, both physically and mentally. The show leans heavily into the edgelord aesthetic, but it works because the stakes are high. It's a pure power fantasy about shedding every ounce of hesitation. There is something undeniably cool about seeing a former weakling turn the entire world's magic system into high-tech weaponry. Number 8. Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy. Makoto Misumi is summoned by a goddess who immediately calls him ugly and dumps him in the wasteland at the edge of the world. Denied his status as a hero, he builds his own hidden civilization with non-human followers. While initially peaceful, his immense power and the goddess's continued disrespect eventually force him to exert terrifying, ruthless dominance. What makes Makoto unique is his unintentional ruthlessness. He doesn't start off wanting to burn kingdoms down, but his lack of common sense regarding his own godlike power leads to accidental devastation. The betrayal here is vanity-based, making the goddess an incredibly easy villain to hate. It's a refreshing take on building a legacy out of spite and sheer competence. Number 7. Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. Momori Tuka and his classmates are summoned to another world, but the cruel goddess Ceres ranks him an E-class failure. He is discarded into a disposal ruin to die. However, his useless status effect spells prove to be lethal, allowing him to paralyze and poison monsters. He emerges with a singular goal: absolute vengeance against the goddess. This is a masterclass in psychological warfare. Unlike heroes who use swords, Tuka wins by making his enemies watch helplessly as they die. The internal monologue is dark, focused, and completely devoid of mercy. It stands out because it treats the betrayal as a logical problem to be solved with maximum efficiency, making his eventual path back very chilling. Number 6. Spirit Chronicles. Ryo is a slum-dwelling orphan who awakens memories of his past life as a Japanese student. Despite saving a kidnapped princess, he is falsely accused and tortured by the kingdom's corrupt nobility. Realizing that justice is a lie for the powerless, he flees to his ancestral homeland, training to become a legendary swordsman driven by a cold, calculated fury. Commentary analysis. Ryo is the quiet type of ruthless. He isn't screaming for blood, which makes him more intimidating. He simply stops caring about the rules of a society that tried to break him. The contrast between his polite demeanor and his absolute lethality in combat is striking. It's a slow-burn revenge story that rewards viewers who appreciate technical skill and patience. Number 5. So I'm a spider, so what? Reincarnated as a tiny spider in a deadly labyrinth, Kumoko is abandoned by fate in a den of monsters. Every creature she meets tries to eat her, and the world's governing system treats her as a mere experience point. To survive, she guards her humanity, embracing a cannibalistic evolution path that eventually turns her into a god-tier threat. The betrayal here is by the world itself. Kumoko starts as a comedic protagonist, but as she descends further into the cave, her morals dissolve. By the time she reaches the surface, she is a detached strategist who views life and death through the lens of efficiency. Her transformation into a ruthless spider god is one of the genre's most fascinating arcs. Number 4, the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. Lug Tuatha Dé was the greatest assassin on Earth until his employers betrayed and killed him. Reincarnated by a goddess to kill the world's hero, he uses his past life's cold pragmatism to build a network of power. He views people as tools and emotions as liabilities, ensuring that he will never be the victim of betrayal ever again. This isn't just about revenge, it's about professional evolution. Lug is ruthless by design and training. Watching him apply modern tactical knowledge to a magical setting creates a sense of inevitable victory. He doesn't act out of anger, but out of a clinical necessity to be the ultimate predator. It is a sophisticated, calculated version of the ruthless protagonist trope. Number 3, Overlord. Ainzo Gaun is a former human trapped in his skeletal game avatar. When his guild's NPCs come to life, he realizes he is the last of his kind, abandoned by his friends who quit the game. To protect his home, he adopts the persona of a cruel overlord, committing war crimes and genocide to secure his domain's future safety. Ainz is the ultimate example of the ends justify the means. His betrayal is the passage of time and the abandonment by his comrades. This loneliness manifests as a total lack of empathy for the lesser beings of the new world. It is fascinating to watch a protagonist slowly lose the last shards of his humanity to become a true monster. Number 2, Redo of Healer. Kiaru is a healing hero exploited, tortured, and drugged by his fellow heroes. Upon gaining the power to reset time, he returns to the past with all his memories intact. He isn't interested in saving the world, he is interested in breaking those who broke him. He uses his abilities to inflict unimaginable suffering on his former tormentors. This series pushes the boundaries of the revenge genre into dark, controversial territory. Kiaru is arguably more villainous than the people he hunts, which creates a visceral, uncomfortable viewing experience. It is a raw look at what happens when a person is pushed past their breaking point and given absolute power. It is the definition of a ruthless, scorched earth vendetta. Number 1, the Eminence in Shadow. Sid Kaganu is obsessed with being a power in the shadows. After reincarnating, he manipulates everyone around him, creating a secret organization to fight a cult he thinks he made up. However, his total disregard for lives and his willingness to blow up cities for a cool moment makes him a uniquely psychotic and terrifyingly ruthless master of deception. Sid takes the number 1 spot because his ruthlessness is a hobby. He isn't vengeful. He is just bored and committed to his roleplay. This makes his actions unpredictable and incredibly dangerous. He treats world-shattering events like theatre, making him the most detached and lethal protagonist in the genre. It's a brilliant, dark subversion of every trope we know and love. From discarded failures to godlike overlords, these characters prove that being pushed to the edge is the fastest way to the top. When the world takes everything, these icons take it all back. Which of these ruthless legends would you fear the most in a fight?